So I'm back with another observation, and this is a good one. It just happened last night, so I had to bring it to you while it was fresh. So my best friend April Megan came to my house, and she brought with her this huge bag of clothing. And first of all, let me explain to you that when April comes with a bag of clothing, it's like she's the tall, blonde, white Santa Claus, and she's coming a couple months early because she's really bringing you a bag of Comme des Garçons and Yohji Yamamoto and Maison Martin Margiela. She's really bringing you Prada. She's bringing you that. So, you're like, yes, come over, come as quickly as you can. But the thing is that it makes me a little nervous at the same time because where we're the same height and basically the same frame, I always feel like I'm so much bigger than her. When I look at her, I always think, oh, wow, she's so long and so lean, not skinny, but definitely thin, And I always feel like I'm just rounder and fuller. Like I would never be able to fit in anything of hers that was tailored. Like if it had some stretch in it, I could make it happen, but it would be like uncomfortable. Again, it would be the seams going like, why did you do this to us? So anyway, I'm trying on the clothes, and there were a lot of like big, bulky sweaters, and there were some beautiful fitted pieces, and she'd be like, oh God, see, now that looks good on you. That just looks bad on me. And I was like, she kept saying it. Like if I put on pants, she goes, oh, they look so good on you. And I was happy that she thought they looked good on me, but I was like, but wait, I see you every day. I see you in these clothes and I think they look phenomenal on you. What are you talking about? And she says, well, they just like that dress just makes me look like a stick. And I was like, oh, that one day I would look like a stick. And I was like, she goes, see, you have curves and it makes it look good. And I said, well, that's really funny because I feel like a lot of these clothes you really should be standing in the center of, and that you stand in the center of them, and that's why they look good on you. And so we got to this really interesting thing that we were opposite polarities of one another. Like she was straight and thought that the clothes didn't look good on her because she was straight and she was standing in the middle of them and they needed something pushing out against them. And I didn't think that I would look good in the clothes because I had something pushing out against them, and I had always wanted to stand right in the middle of them. So it was a very, very interesting discovery. And I think that the thing about it is we both probably look okay in the clothes, but it's in our heads that we get this thing about, what looks good or what doesn't. And so as we got to talking, and she's obviously, because she's my best friend, privy to the blog, I was like, oh my God, it's like, dress your body, not your issues. So what was interesting is as I was pulling clothes out of the bag, I recognized them from her wearing them in an era she liked to call monastery chic. So it comes out that one of the reasons why April developed her look of monastery chic, I just love that, which was like long and, like I said, shrouded, lots of material, completely body camouflaging, was because she didn't feel good in her clothes. Like she just felt like either a stick or she wanted to cover herself. And so she was dressing her form in a way as not to show it. And she's purging all these clothes now because she's decided that she is going to show herself. I mean, hopefully she's not going to be running around in, a thong and some Louboutins and being like, I'm over my issues. And so she's just made the decision that, no, she's going to dress her form. And I said, oh, it's like, dress your body, not your issues. And it's funny because in my other observation, I said that before I felt comfortable with myself having come down a size or two, I used to wear really, really tight clothing so that you could really see that I wasn't that big. So it's so funny that we were polar opposites of each other. I think what was really wonderful about this particular observation was sort of the power and the importance of having people around you who are honest, and you can have an honest dialogue with. Because when your head has you off track, sometimes you need help getting back to yourself. And it's kind of like what we did for each other, like she says, your curves are fine and they look good. And I go, you may be straight, but your clothes look fabulous on you and you are fabulous. And so we I had to tell her, I was like, I've always loved your body, and it's nice when you can kind of comfort one another and slap each other when you're acting absolutely crazy and be honest with one another. So that's what good girlfriends are for. That and great designer digs. But I want you to tell me if you do dress your issues and not your body. And if you do, then I want everybody to start dressing their bodies, because I have to believe that our bodies are much more beautiful and far more interesting than our issues.